3. Baseball trick shots. Wait.
Hello everyone, Pantoufleee here today for a new in-shop video concerning the T25 Pïlot 1, which is the brand new tank, premium tank, tier 8 American that Wargaming came up with in crates. So basically, if you want it, it's either you're lucky and you get it in a crate with 5% chances of getting it, or you are unlucky and you have to spend 100 euros in order for you to unlock that brand new medium tank. Is it worth it? Is not worth it? That's the point of this video, and we're gonna find out right now. First, let's talk about the gun. What I don't like and like at the same time with this gun is probably the reload time itself. You have 5.8 seconds when you are fully equipped, which means you have a really great damage per minute of nearly 2.4k. You are at 2327, as you can see here, which is really high for a medium tank, especially at tier 8. Now, the main problem with this damage per minute, it means that you have a huge DPM and a good reload time. Your reload time is 5.8 seconds. The problem is you have 3.8 seconds of aiming time, which is a little bit too much considering you have this reload time here. I mean, 3.8 seconds, usually when you have this kind of aiming time, you have something that shoots at least 400 alpha damage or maybe 500 sometimes. Here, it's only for 225. Yes, you have a good gun dispersion, so overall, even if you don't fully aim, your shot should go in, but I think it's a little bit disadvantageous to have this thing right there, and I wish Wargaming could actually improve that a little bit, maybe to 3 seconds and not 3.8, but that's only my opinion. Now, for the average penetration, it's fine, nothing to say, honestly, if you're facing tier 8s. As soon as you're facing tier 9s, you are gonna struggle, you will have to switch to APCRs, and even your APCRs will not go through the most armored tier 9s you can encounter, for example the 75. So yeah, this tank is definitely to be played in a sneaky way, simply because with your penetration, do not expect this tank to actually handle any heavy tanks frontline. Definitely not. It's not made for that. Now, for the gun depression and gun elevation, really good because you have 10 degrees of gun depression, which means this tank is really effective on ridge lines, mountains, and all that stuffs. But we all know why, simply because it's an American tank, and American tanks are pretty good at this. Now, for maybe talking a little bit about the engine, it's a tier 7 engine, but I think you are slow, really, you are slow. You're definitely not the fastest tank at tier 8. It's an in-between. It's a little bit better than the Pershing in my opinion, but definitely not the same speed as, for example, a Progetto 46, which is clearly better and more affordable than the T25 Pïlot 1 for the moment. Maybe I want to talk about the armor profile, but I will do that with Armor Inspector. It's literally better. But overall, before going to Armor Inspector, if you really want to know what it feels like to drive a T25 Pïlot 1, it's either you are having a T23 E3 at tier 8, sorry, or you're having a worse Pershing. So overall, when I say that to you, it doesn't seems like a good tank to deal with, and I totally agree with you, but there is maybe one class of player that will actually like it, but we're gonna talk further about this directly in the gameplay. But before, let's go on Armor Inspector. So, for the armor profile, the tank is pretty much paper everywhere except the gun mantlet. And the main problem I have with this one is the fact that if you compare it with the Pershing, the turret, the gun mantlet at least is much wider. Here it's a little bit small, which means even if you're showing only your turret, your opponents can actually penetrate you on the side of your armor and frontally, because it doesn't exceed 220 millimeters of armor. So yeah, maybe you're gonna be able to bounce any tier 7s trying to shoot at your gun mantlet, but it's definitely not the case of any tier 8 or even tier 9s. Now, you still have these cupolas right there that are actually easy to penetrate, but if you manage to put your gun at 10 degrees of gun depression and you only show your turret, it's much harder to penetrate them, even if we still see them, so be aware of that. So overall, this tank has only one thing that can bounce the gun mantlet, which is around 330 millimeters. Now for the rest, it's paper, so never show the rest. If you want to bounce shots, show only that thing here, and maybe by wiggling or something like that, it will allow you to take shots here instead of the side of your turret. It's extremely important. Now, before going further with the replay, how am I equipping it? Simple. I go for the gun rammer simply because I want to increase my rate of fire, but you could go as well for the calibrated shell in order for you to make it more easy to penetrate tier 9s, for example, but I would rather go for the gun rammer simply because I'm not going to use more penetration than that. After I go for the enhanced gun lane drive and the vertical stabilizer in order for me to reduce the aiming time as much as possible, simply because, as I told you, you have a high DPM and therefore you need to be able to aim quickly. After, I go for the defense system because I'm not going to ram anybody with this. Improved assembly because the only way for me to bounce people is on my gun mantlet, and nothing has more than 340 millimeters, which is the millimeters you actually have in your gun mantlet, so I would rather improve a little bit my overall HPs. Finally, the toolbox because enhanced track is useless. Improved optics because I don't need a camo, I'm a medium, so I'm gonna go spot. Engine accelerator overall to increase my mobility, which is average. And finally, high-end consumable, which allows me to use adrenaline for a longer period of time, which is easier to finish off targets or if you're in deep shit or anything like that. Alright, now for the playstyle, there are several things you need to understand. First, this tank is definitely not made for new players because it has more cons than pros, and there are so many better tanks you can get before getting this one at tier 8, especially if you want to make money and having fun. I mean, the T25 Intrepid is more for pro players that really want to step up their game into hardcore mode, because with this tank you literally have nothing. The only thing you can actually have on that tank is probably the gun mantlet, which is gonna bounce literally everything, but for the rest it sucks. So you understand it by now. In order for you to play correctly, you need to find a position from which you can show only your turret and especially your gun mantlet, and where you can work with your gun depression. Here on this map, the only way for me to actually make it this way is probably going with the LTTB, and that's why we're here. We got lucky that the T33 didn't manage to penetrate us. And here we take some advance. And we're gonna go for some shots. We go for a first one on the heavy that managed to penetrate us on the turret, not shooting at the gun mantlet. There is the T34-3 as well. That bounced, yeah. As long as it goes straight into the gun mantlet, you are safe, guys. Do not forget that. Okay, it seems like they're a little bit scared and they're going away. I might get a shot on the T34-3. Yep. Okay, the guy's a one-shot now. LTB going. Yep. Alright, now we have to deal with the Wi-Fi VLC BIS. And of course, I went for an auto-click, and that was a mistake. Another shot. T34 is with us. Shoot. We bounced the Yak Panther. Alright. Now we go on that little boy here. He missed. You know what? We're gonna circle. We're gonna circle the boy. That's the best thing we can do right now. Easy. Book. Okay, for the moment it's working pretty fine for us. I might get a... no. Because T34 is a fat ass. Alright, we go on the Lova and EV301 instead. I love the fact that the EV301 really got away and said, no, not my job, I'm going away helping the Lova in order for me to get damage. But yeah, pretty much, see how I worked? I tried to show only my gun mantlet, and that's all you need to do with this tank. Even if the gameplay seems to be quite easy, it's actually quite hard to make the tank worth it, you know? So be aware of that when you're playing with it. Alright, he's dead. I'm probably gonna take the shot, but who cares? Shot, derping it. LTTB, you missed. Second shot, he's putting adrenaline. He managed to put in another one. 4, 3, 2. Yes! Thank you, team. Okay, good. It worked fine for this one, and you can see the ricochet on my side armor. It worked very, very well for us. I might go for another one, maybe to show you 2 games instead of only 1. And maybe it's gonna be an ace tanker, who knows. With some RNG on our side and all that stuff. Okay, we're still in tier 8. We're still in tier 8, and they have quite a lot of heavily armored tanks. So we need to be careful when playing our tank here. But it should work. Let's face it, it should work. We should try. I don't want to take the hill, because on the hill I can't work with my gun mantlet only. So I would rather go in the town and actually take, you know, the position I love, guys. I think you know it by now, which one it is. Ah, come on. T25 garbage. This guy is actually... man, I didn't play for so long, I don't even know how to jump on that fucking hill. Come on, RNG, let me go in! I lost already too much time. Yeah, now it's too... Wow, no, you know what, never mind. Never mind, my team is not following. The ice 3 didn't go on the right side, so no, I'm gonna stick with my team. Even if I don't think that's the best tactic. IS6, M4, A1 Rev, T26 E4, WZ112, 287, P43 Tiger. I'm expecting them to actually go on the right and not the left. I might be wrong, and I hope I'm not. I'm gonna base my strategy on the fact that they're not here. And am I wrong? Am I right? We're gonna find out in the future. First shot on the T26 E4. We do not have the best placement here, but it seems like the T26 is actually alone because I don't see any 87, and the 87 is too slow to take that position here, so... Alright, let's fuck him up. 3, 2... yeah. The guy can't really do anything. He has the P44 Pantera to deal with as well. Oh... Okay, Pantera, you got this? Yep, he does. Okay, we managed to finish him off. I'm not gonna bother with the rest of the mediums. I'm gonna go straight on into the town, sorry, in order for me to help my team from another angle. Because if I manage to get in the back, which is the sneaky way, and the sneaky way is the way to actually play that tank, I might be more useful than going straight into them. I don't have the armor for it. Fuck. Okay, lucky me. Lucky me, lucky me, lucky me. I managed to make him bounce. I think I have time to shoot another one on the I6 here. I'm gonna wait for him to do the mistake. Nope. No, no, no. I didn't see the lower part of the hull. Ah. Okay, he's coming for me. Yep, he is. But I have the I3 with me, so... 3, 2, 1... Okay, let's try to make the IS6 bounce. Come on, shoot the track, boy. Ah, we lost. We lost, unfortunately. Or maybe we're gonna be extremely lucky and I'm gonna wreck 1 or 2 of them. But I don't feel like it's gonna be the case. I'm gonna help my IS3 by going on the rev. I feel like I should be fine from here. 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm gonna have to push him. If I don't want to die too soon, I need to push the guy. Nah, it's over. It's over for us! Okay, yeah, I knew I was gonna die in the process. But that was worth it. That was worth it. We managed to kill the guy. Okay. Alright. Yeah, I wanted to take the I6 and not the not WZ, sorry. Nah. Nah, we couldn't make it. We couldn't make it. I don't know what happened on the other side. I think my team died in the process. But, yeah. Still a good game. But as you can see, not a lot of credits. I mean, overall, if I had to tell you if it's worth it or not, I would definitely tell you that this tank sucks and it's definitely not worth it. And I would advise you to simply do not buy that and buy the WZ-112-2, because that tank is simply a beast. I should do actually maybe this offer. You should go for this offer because both tanks from this offer are extremely good. And I will probably do a video. I should do an in-shop video on them, and I will. So yeah, overall that's my opinion on that tank. Do not buy it, except if you're a collector or a pro player. I hope to see you soon in a new video. Take care and see you soon, guys.